Hello everyone, my name is Abby Bliss White and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to do a full face of Chanel Summer Essentials. I am so excited about this video because summer is like my favorite season. I want easy, travel-friendly makeup, and I've got some really great products here that I'm excited to share with you. I did pick up the new Chanel. This is the Chanel Essential SPF. We're going to be using that today, and I'll give you my thoughts on it. I also did pick up the travel-friendly sizes of one of my favorite foundations from Chanel, which is the Le Beige Water Fresh Tint. This is a little bit of magic in a bottle. And then I did pick up the travel size of the Le Beige Bronzing Cream. This is so cute, and I heard they took out the coconut oil ingredient in the travel size. I'm super excited about that. And then I pulled out some of my other favorite Chanel products that I consider my summer essentials. So if you are interested in seeing how I created this very easy summer look, then let's go ahead and get started. Good morning, everyone. It is time to put some makeup on this face, and we're going to be using all Chanel Summer Essential Beauty products. And the most important summer essential is actually sunscreen. Now, I'm somebody who thinks that the #1 anti-ager skincare product out there is sunscreen, and there are so many to choose from, and so many of you had told me that the new UV Essential, this is a new sunscreen that Chanel just launched, that you love it so much and that I need to give it a try. So I was excited to pick this product up because the formula was described as a unique gel cream formula that was going to be very lightweight on the skin and not have any white cast to it. And many of you had told me that this felt super hydrating on the skin, but that it also absorbed really quickly. So some of the complaints with sunscreens are that they either have that white cast or that they feel very heavy on the skin. I have experienced that before. You want something that is going to sort of absorb quickly into the skin, and for someone like myself who has more dry, mature skin, I really like something that's going to be super hydrating on the skin. So the #1 summer essential should be sunscreen. So the general rule of thumb is to do 2 fingers worth of sunscreen here. I usually use these 2 fingers. It is about half a teaspoon to a third of a teaspoon of sunscreen for your face and neck. Ooh, this feels very cooling on my hands, and let's go ahead and put this on. It does have a slight scent to it, not super heavy duty. The Chanel UV Essential Complete UV Protection Broad Spectrum SPF 50 sunscreen is a chemical sunscreen. It offers complete protection against UV rays, pollution, and oxidation. It is a unique formula that's going to combine the lightness of a gel with the comfort of a cream that absorbs seamlessly without leaving behind a white cast. This formula includes a skin strengthening complex of polyfractioned blue ginger that is sourced from the Chanel Open Sky Laboratory in Madagascar, and Tahitian gardenia extract that's going to help fortify the moisture barrier and prevent the appearance of signs of aging. So first, let me tell you, my skin feels super hydrated. This actually, when you put this on, feels very cooling on the skin, like it's kind of a dream to use. Very cooling, so I think that is this gel formula. So it's a gel to cream, and it did absorb right into my skin. There is no white cast whatsoever, and it just feels very plumping and hydrating. And I can tell you, I've been using this for a few days now. I have not had any issues with the chemical formulation. I'm somebody who has sensitive skin to SPF as well as fragrance. This has a slight fragrance when you first put this on. It smells nice. It's not super strong. It is not like the typical Chanel fragrance in some of their makeup products, if that makes sense. And to be honest, it does sort of, when I'm looking at the ingredient list, I think it is maybe a combination of the moringa oil, the extract gardenia flower extract, and then there's also a ginger root extract. So it smells a little bit more botanical. That's what I would tell you. It doesn't smell like heavy perfume. It smells slightly botanical. And again, I have fussy skin. My skin will pretty much let me know right away if a chemical is going to be bothering my skin or a fragrance. So far, I have to say I've been really enjoying this sunscreen because I like the fact that it has an SPF of 50 in it, and I just like the way that it feels on my skin. Very hydrating, very cooling, and it plays beautifully with makeup. Then I did go ahead and pick up the new travel size of the Le Beige Water Fresh Tint. I used this in one of my recent videos. This is like a repeat purchase foundation for me. I call it magic in a bottle. It just does something lovely to the skin, and it is so perfect for the summer when you don't want to be wearing heavy makeup. And then I did pick up the travel size of the Le Beige Healthy Glow Bronzing Cream. I could not resist these two staples. And since I will be doing some traveling this summer, I actually thought that this would be a good purchase. So this costs $47 versus $70 for the bigger size. So obviously if you buy the bigger size, it's going to be a bit more economical, but I do think for travel, I do think this is just so darn cute, and this is such a great product. So what I like to do is take 2 pumps right here, and then I like to break it up on my hand. Yet this one is water fresh, but the pigments in it will break up, and then I'm just going to kind of use my fingertips first. And this stuff is so good, you guys. Honestly, I probably just used a little bit too much. I generally use maybe a pump and a half with this, but you will just build up more coverage by using 2 pumps. So I'm just going to take a moment to rub this into the skin. See, this is what I'm saying. As I am breaking up the pigments, you can see the shade, which I am medium light, and that one works really well for me. And although this does not have a ton of coverage, I swear it does like something very magical on the skin. So I will use this as my base, and then I can add in a little bit of concealer. I'm going to be using my favorite Sublimage concealer, and that one definitely has some more coverage. So this is easy breezy summer makeup, essentials from Chanel. And I honestly would tell you that the Le Beige Water Fresh Tint is an absolute essential for a couple different reasons. I just personally don't like to wear a lot of heavy makeup during the summer. I don't want to look like cake face. Also, when you're hot, you want something that is cool and refreshing for a foundation, and the Water Fresh Tint is just that. It's like plumping, it's cooling, and I just honestly love the healthy glow that it gives me. And what happens is, as this is sort of sinking into my skin and the pigments start to lay down, it looks so pretty on the skin. So it does something a little magical to the skin. And it's also one of these products that you can use as a primer. So you could use this as your primer and then add a different foundation on top. You can also use it on top of foundation. Say you already put on foundation, but you want like a little refresher. You can put a pump of this on and it's just going to kind of refresh your makeup. It doesn't really disturb it much. That's how they first used it on me at the store, and I was like, what are you doing? I already have makeup on. But she kind of used a pump of that and it just refreshed my face. It made it look like very healthy, a little bit glowing, and it felt so plushy. So my number one complexion picks would be using an SPF. It doesn't have to be Chanel, but starting with that. And then I would say this Le Beige Water Fresh tint is like the perfect summer foundation. You want something easy, you want just a little bit of coverage just to kind of even everything out, and something that's going to be hydrating as well. So love, love, love those products. And then I am going to put on a little bit of my Sublimage concealer, and this is one that I would recommend for somebody with more mature skin. If you are younger, I would say, you know, definitely put on a little concealer where you need it, but you don't really need this expensive concealer yet. This is fantastic for more mature skin because it's like an eye treatment. And I just like to take just a teeny bit of this because it is so pigmented, and a little goes a long way. So although that is an expensive concealer, that's one of these products that I actually think is worth it. I just love it, and I'm going to go ahead and put some on my eyelid as well, just to kind of give a nice clean base for a simple eye that we're going to be doing. And you can just put this wherever you need it, but I primarily focus underneath the eye. It just feels so good. And I have this in the shade B20. Absolutely love this concealer. Okay, here's what my complexion looks like so far. Healthy, a little bit glowy. And then I did go ahead and pick up the Le Beige Healthy Glow Bronzing Cream. Yes, I already own it in the bigger size, but I did think I wanted to give this a try. I heard that they removed the coconut oil ingredient, which made a lot of people like a little uproar with that ingredient, which I understand. Fortunately for me, my skin is not affected by the coconut oil, but I thought, yay, that they got rid of it in the travel size, since so many do struggle with that. And of course, it's so darn cute. Love this size, and I do think it's perfect for travel. So now I have a nice fresh travel size, and this one is in the medium tan bronze. I'm probably saying that right. It is in the tan medium bronze color, so the middle one. And this is my preferred shade. The 390 totally works for me, but I find it to go just a teeny bit on the orangey side. This one has a little bit more of a neutral undertone to it. And then the deep shade is just a teeny bit too deep for my light to medium skin. So this is my preferred one, and I'm going to actually use my IT Cosmetics Heavenly Complexion brush, and we're going to warm up the skin using this. I'm going to go ahead, put some on my brush, and I like to come up into the hairline, come over to the side here, and then right underneath the chin. So that'll kind of give me a little shadow underneath my chin here. And then I'll come over here, and I'm going to come up over here right through that jawline right underneath, and then down on the chin here. And then I will pull it down my neck, make it nice and blended here. I like to put a little over my nose here because naturally if the sun was going to hit, I'm going to get a little bit over my nose here. And I've been a longtime fan of the bronzing cream because I feel like it just looks natural for somebody who doesn't really tan during the summer months, but I kind of want to fake it. The cream products seem to look the most natural, so it gives me a little bit of warmth, and then of course if I want to really bronze it up, I can put a bronzer powder on top. But I just love this as a one and done, warm up the skin. The bronzing cream is just a classic Chanel product, super popular for a reason, because it's going to look natural, it's going to warm up your skin, but it is fantastic, and I have to say I'm really loving this size. And here's the original size right here, and this contains 30 grams of product. And then you've got the travel size, which is going to give you 15 grams of product, and the new travel size is $40. Okay, then for blush, I finally picked up one of the Le Beige. This is the Water Fresh blush, and I'm laughing at myself because I believe these launched last summer. I remember I was traveling at the time, but then there were so many people doing reviews on these and weren't really giving them high reviews, so I ended up passing. And when I was at the counter having a bit of fun, we tried one of these on, and I was like, oh my gosh, I love this. I'm already such a huge fan of the Water Fresh tint that I was like, I don't know why I waited so long to give it a try. So I ended up picking it up in warm pink, and I think that might be it. The pigment, you got to break it up, number one. In a light pink, I believe they have coral, a deep bronze, but the light pink was way too light, like I wasn't getting enough pigment. But the warm pink for my light medium skin actually is fantastic. So what I do is I first break it up, and then I'm going to dab this on. But because I love the Water Fresh tint formula, I was like, this works fantastic for a nice little natural flush on the skin. Again, this is the warm pink, and I could see why some people were not loving on these, because the couple of the shades were like really hard to see on the skin. So again, this one is the warm pink shade, which I was attracted to anyways. But I actually think it looks so natural on the skin. It gives me this kind of healthy little flush here. So this is warm pink. So I'm personally really loving this little Water Fresh blush. But again, I'm thinking of easy summer makeup, something that's going to be cool and plumping and refreshing. And since I'm somebody who has dry skin, the Water Fresh tint blush is just like kind of right up my alley. So I'm glad I finally gave this product a try. And then we're going to do a really simple eye. So I have been way big into just a single shadow with a little bit of eyeliner and then some mascara, just keeping it really simple. And I pulled out one of my favorite cream shadows from Chanel. This is the Ombre Premier. This one is in undertone. This is such a good color, right up my alley. Okay, just such a nice little wash of color on the eye. Nothing too intense. I just wanted a little bit of depth on there. And again, it gives you this really pretty sheen. So it's going to add a little oomph to your eyes, but it's not going to look like you're wearing a ton of makeup. And then, of course, you guys know I'm going to be sort of emphasizing my lash line. I'm going to be using my favorite in Marine. This is the Stilo waterproof eyeliners. These are my absolute favorite eyeliners. They're fantastic for more mature skin, and I've just really been loving Marine on my upper lash line to give a little oomph to my eyes. And I really have so many of these in so many colors, but the one that I tend to use the most is Marine. Back in the day, I always used purple chalk. If you guys have been watching my channel, you will know. So I'm just taking a little bit of this, and I'm just going to kind of wiggle it through my lash line on the upper Again, I'm trying to just do a really easy, quick, simple eye, but with a little bit of definition here. And then we're gonna curl my lashes, and then we're gonna load up some. And this is the Chanel de Volume Revolution mascara. This is gonna kind of give me a little bit more oomph to my eyes. Trying to keep it a little simple, but of course I'm somebody who really needs mascara, so I am going to go ahead and curl my lashes. I don't normally do my lashes on camera, but I was asked to go ahead and do that. So I like to curl them first, and then I'm gonna use this brush here, and we are gonna coat these lashes. So I try to get at the base of my lashes, and then I will take a bit of time to coat them. Yep, I make weird faces when I'm putting on my mascara. We probably all do, but that is why I don't often put my mascara on in front of you guys. Okay, we have eyeballs on, and then I just dipped my fluffy brush into my medium bronzer from Chanel here, and I'm going to add just a little bit of that to that crease area just to tie everything together. I'll be doing just a little bit of powder mixed with a little bit of bronzer on a fluffy brush to set everything. So I kind of wanted to tie everything together. So you can do that ahead of time, or as like I did, just doing just a little definition there. I didn't do much, but I just want everything to tie together. And I am going to set everything here, and I'm using the classic. This is the Chanel Poudre Universal Libra. I have it in shade 20, and what I like to do is take a teeny bit of that, and then I dip a little bit of my bronzer in here as well, and then I'm just going to kind of put this all over my face. So just setting everything, but it's got a little bit of that warmth from the bronzer in here as well, because I don't necessarily want to take away the glow. Always doing a little teeny dash of powder just to also sort of blend everything together. Now, this is not Chanel, but I always recommend the La Mer Fluffy Brush. I use this every single day just to make sure everything's sort of blended and that there's no sharp lines. Again, wanting to look a little bit more natural during the summer months. Then, if I want to add just a little bit of glow back in, I'll come in with one of the Balm Essentials. This one is Dragée. This was a limited edition one. I'm not sure if they still have it. And I'll just come up here just on the high points of my cheek. And I like to use this as my last step to add just a teeny bit more glow to the face. This one has a nice little pretty pearlescent little pink and peachy color to it. So I'll just do a little bit of that, and then I'm using my finger right here, and I like to go just a little bit underneath that brow. Now, for lips, I'm a huge lip gloss fan, and when I was at the counter, I got so excited because this particular Rouge Cocoa gloss was in stock. This is icing. These have been out of stock forever, and I just think this is the prettiest soft shade of pink, and it is reminding me of all the Barbie stuff that is going on right now, kind of promoting the Barbie movie. And it was like, oh my gosh, I have to get this. Now this is basically a very, very pale, pale pink, almost clear, but again, it does something a little magical on the lips and just gives you that easy breezy summer look here, and I just love it. And this is the shade Icing. Just sort of your perfect soft pink. Now, of course, we're going to end with fragrance of the day. And for the summer months, I like something that's going to be an easy, light fragrance that's not going to be super heavy or cloying. And I recently picked up the whole little collection of the Chanel Paris Biarritz, and I left it in Atlanta. So I got the shower gel, the body lotion, and the fragrance that looks like this in one of these bottles. I'm a huge fan of these for easygoing fragrances. Today, I'm going to be putting on a sample of that fragrance, but I did want to show you the bottle that they come in. Venice is also an amazing fragrance. If you're looking for the perfect everyday citrusy, neroli, lily of the valley fragrance, I think you're gonna love Biarritz because it's just very invigorating. It's a really easy wear. But I have a little sample here that I'm gonna be putting on of this fragrance. But I loved it so much that I ended up getting the shower gel. I got the body lotion just to sort of layer it on. Again, this is in the low line, so these are gonna be very light, very refreshing fragrances. They're all based around being in exotic summer locations. So this one's going to open up with this really beautiful citrusy burst. It's got tangerine and bergamot and a little bit of orange in it, lemon and grapefruit, so definitely on the citrusy side. It's also a little on the green floral side as well. It contains neroli, it's got lily of the valley. It just brings back so many memories because growing up, I think lily of the valley fragrances were like super popular, and so those fragrances always bring back a little nostalgia for me as well. And then in the base, you've got this clean white musk and patchouli. But again, this is going to be light, very refreshing. And anytime that I get out of the shower after using the gel and putting on the lotion, and I walk downstairs and my family's like, oh my gosh, you smell so good. It's one of those fragrances. Very likable, so easy to wear. I really don't see a lot of people not liking this fragrance unless they're really opposed to sort of refreshing kind of citrusy fragrances. What I will tell you is that fragrance does do an initial burst with that citrus, but that's gonna wear off, and then you're left with this very soft floral lily of the valley clean musk scent, and it's just very enjoyable. Now in general, these are a low, like a watery sort of scent. These are not beast mode. They are meant to be kind of worn. You can wear them year round, but sort of worn during the warm summer months where you're not wanting a heavy fragrance. You just want to smell good and clean. I want to think about wearing a white t-shirt. It's the perfect white t-shirt fragrance. That's what I would tell you. You're wearing your favorite white t-shirt, maybe some cutoff jeans, your little flip-flops, your little sun hat. That's the fragrance that I would recommend for that vibe. So it's just fantastic, easy wear. And I'm so glad that I got the shower gel as well as the body lotion because it layers beautifully. And it just kind of gives you a nice little self-care moment. Because in the shower, it just sort of wakes you up and makes you feel a little extra special. So love that entire line, but that would be included in my summer essentials from Chanel. I'll pop up a picture of mine, but I'm just so glad I have the whole collection. And we're going back to Atlanta in a couple weeks, so I'll be able to grab that and bring it on home to show you. But that would be one of my picks for the like summer essentials from Chanel. So guys, this is my easy summer look using so many of my favorite products from Chanel. As usual, I love hearing from you. Let me know what your favorite summer essential Chanel products are. And I hope you have a fantastic weekend, and I will be back with another video soon.